Hello friends, today we are going to learn the fourth lesson of our book First Flight, which is from the diary of Anne Frank. Now this lesson is an extract of the diary which was written by this small little girl Anne Frank. But before we start it, I have few questions for you. What do you mean by a word friend? What is friend? I guess a friend is someone who stays beside us in all situations, who support us, and we can share all our things which happen in our lives, even a very stupid or ridiculous things. Right? Do you think a diary can also be your friend? Have you ever tried to write a diary? And if you did it, have you ever read it back? How does it sound? Maybe you won't find maybe you don't find it interesting anymore as you get matured with the time passes, right? But this little girl, a 13-year-old girl, has written a diary, and this diary was published in a book, and the same diary, the same book was sold all over the world, all across the world, and it was not just sold by all across the world. Many people read it, many people contemplate it, and still this diary is one of the masterpiece in the book world. So it is not just an ordinary diary. A 13 years old girl's diary. What is the what in which circumstances she has written the diary, and what she felt at the time of when she was there in that particular era, and being a belong and being a Jew, what she felt. It is more important, and maybe that is the biggest reason that this diary, this book was read by so many people, so many critics, so many historians all over the world. Now the question arises that who this girl was. What is so famous about this diary? What she has written in this diary? So it is given here. You can see the picture of this little girl, Anne Frank. So who is Anne Frank? So Anneliese Marie Anne Frank, the full name is given. She was born on 12 June 1929, and sorry, and she died in between. The death of the month is not sure, February or March, because it is not recorded, but the year was 1945. It is exactly the time period of the World War II. And she was a German and born Jewish girl. So she was Jewish and she belongs to German country, and she wrote while in hiding with her family. So she was hiding with her family. The reason was that she belongs to a Jewish community, and she was in the era of this World War II, where these Jewish people were has to these Jewish people has to hide, because Jews people were, um, as you know that around 6 million Jews were murdered methodically and with cruelty during this World War II especially. And this around 6 million Jews, basically they are it is two-third of the Europe's Jewish community. So the huge amount of the Jewish people were executed, they were killed brutally. And if we talk about the Holocaust, then more than 1 billion Jews were murdered in that gas chambers. And apart from the method of these gas chambers or gas vans, murders were carried out pogroms and shootings by a policy of exterminations through world in uh, concentration camps. So that is the reason that she was hiding. She was hiding along with her family. And there are 4 friends in Amsterdam during the German occupation of Netherlands in this World War II. Her family had moved to Amsterdam after the Nazis gained power in Germany. So they moved into this particular Amsterdam place because Nazis gained the power in Germany, that is Hitler's parties, right? But were trapped when the Nazi occupation extended into Netherlands. But eventually they were trapped, they were caught, because this Nazi occupation extended into this Netherlands also, as persecutions, that means oppression, right? So as persecutions or oppressions against these Jewish populations increased, the family went into the hiding in July 1942 in hidden rooms in her father, that is Otto Frank's office building. So because they were these operations of these Nazis people, they were operation was so much increased that the family went into the hiding, and the period is given, that is July 1942. And the hidden rooms where they hide, they all hide in the Annie's father, that is Otto Frank's office building, in the hidden rooms of this office building. And after 2 years in hiding, the group was betrayed. So someone betrayed, the group was betrayed and transported to the concentration camp systems, where Anne died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen within days of her sister Margot Frank. So now they were transported to this concentration camps. As I told you that gas chamber system, gas vents were there, they were shooting, executing, and this concentration camps were there, where they force so many people to live in a very small space, and they were not given a they were not given a basic facility like water, drainage, and they all died due to some illness, due to starving, right? So these were the situations, the worst situations were there in that era for the Jews community especially. So she was transported to this concentrated this family were transported into this camp system, and Anne died of typhus. Now typhus is the sickness, so due to this typhus she died in Bergen-Belsen within days of her sister Margot Frank. So her sister also died, so they both died almost very altogether. And her father, that is Otto, right, Otto Frank, so he was the only survivor of this group. Look at the amount. So there were whole group were there in that concentration camp, not only this family but so many other people, and the father was only the survivor of that group, and he returned to Amsterdam after this war ended, to find that her diary had been saved. So finally when this war ended, so father was the only survivor and he returned to this place Amsterdam, and he could find only this diary that belongs to Anne Frank, and which was saved, and convinced that it was a unique record. So father know that it is a very unique record, and he took actions to have it published in English under the name of Diary of a Young Girl. So that is the story of this Diary of a Young Girl. So she has written this diary, but she was not able to publish it. Her father took this action and he published it, because the father think that it is a very unique piece, right? So this is the title front page of this diary. You will find a variation of it, and these are the actual actual pages of this diary, which was written by this little girl Anne Frank. Okay, so we'll start the lesson. Writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me. So now these are the thoughts of 12 to 13 years old girl, right? So now what she thinks about herself, her thoughts are presented here, okay, in a form of the diary. Now what she tells, that writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me. So she was not habituated with the writing of the diary, but it is very strange that she is doing so. Not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. So now that is the only reason that she finds that it is very strange to write diary, because she thought that no one is interested in these musing, that means a period of reflection or a thought. So no one is interested in this musings time period of this 13-year-old schoolgirl, right? So that is the reason that it is a very strange things to write a diary. But also because it seems to me that later on, okay, it is also and one of the other reason was that she has never written anything like this diary or any kind of piece of literature or any kind of writing. So that is the fact that she has never written it. But apart from it, there is another reason that no one would be interested in the diary of a small of a 13-year-old schoolgirl, right? So that is the reason that it is a very strange experience for this girl. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing, and I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. Okay, so now why she is writing, why she feels like to write a diary, because she has a greater need to, she required to it is her need to write a diary, because she wants to get all kind of thing off from her chest. So she has so much things to tell someone, she has so much feelings that she could not share it with anyone else, and that is the reason that so many things are there on her chest, and she wants to get rid of all the things. So that is the reason that she wants to write a diary. Paper has more patience than people. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed, and I was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. Listless, that means with no energy or interest. So what is her thinking about the writing? She thinks that paper has more patience than people, and I think it is truly said by her, because if I have to share something to you, how many of you will be interested in it? Okay, no one will be interested in our sayings apart from our best friends, our true or real friends, our family, or the person who are a well wisher and to whom we are very close. Otherwise no one would be interested, and if they listen they don't have that much patience than this paper, because papers are the non-living things. They cannot shout us back that just stop it, don't disturb me. So that is the reason that the paper has more patience than people. So they can listen you as much as you have a word to tell it, right? So that is the thing. So I thought of this saying, it's a proverb, right? On one of those days. Why she thought this proverb? Because she thought it on one of those days when she was feeling she was feeling a little depressed. So she was feeling depressed. She was sitting at home alone with her chin in her hands, and she was bored, she was restless, she has no energy to do anything, and she was wondering whether to stay in or to go out. So these are the things. So they were in the hidings or this kind of things that actually took place in her life. So on those days when she was depressed, she doesn't know what to do now, and at that time she remembered this saying, this she remembered this proverb, that paper has more patience than people. And I finally stayed where I was. So she finally stayed at the home alone, brooding, that means engage in showing deep thought about something that makes one sad, angry, or worried. So she was brooding, she was stayed alone at the home, yes, and she thought about it a lot. And yes, paper does have more patience. So finally she come to the conclusion that yes, now the paper has more patience than any people, and since I am not planning to let anyone else read this stiff backed notebook, grandly referred to as my diary, as a diary, unless I should ever find a real friend, it probably won't make a bit of difference. Now I am back to the point where prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. Okay, so let's see what is written there. So finally she came to the conclusion that after so much thought, and she was worried about a lot, and finally she thought she came to conclusion that yes, paper has more patience than people. And she thinks that and one of the other reason was that now she is trying to give herself a reason that why I should write a diary. So these are the things are given here, that I am not planning to let anyone else read this stiff backed notebook. It is for the diary. These words are described the diary. So it is stiff backed notebook. So she thinks that no, I will not let anyone to read these things. Okay, and I don't have any kind of plan to let anyone to read this stuff. So that is the reason. And unless, and she would let the people to read it, unless only the reason was condition was that the person must be her real friend. If he or she is not her real friend, then she would not let anyone to read this stiff backed notebook which referred as a diary. Okay, so she doesn't has a real friend. Now real friend here, that means she might have many friends, but no one is a real friend, a true friend to whom she can share everything, right? So that is the reason she needed someone to tell her thoughts, her experience, her everything that happens, that took place, the incidents that took place in her personal life. So it probably won't make a big difference. So if it is a real friend, then there would be no difference. So then I don't need any kind of this stuff, diary or anything. But since I have no real friend, I have to write it. That's what her thinking. Now I'm back to the point. So now she is giving herself, and now she come to conclusion that prompted to her to keep a diary in the first place. Now what is the first thing that why she required to write a diary? Because she doesn't have any friend. So that could be the other reason, that could be the first reason to give herself that I don't have a friend, so I have to write the diary, right? Let me put it more clearly, since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world, and I am not. I have a loving parents and a 16-year-old girl sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good home. No, on the surface I seem to have everything except my one true friend. All I think about when I'm with friend is having a good time. Okay, now let's see what is written here. So what she is thinking, that let me put it more clearly, since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in this world. So she is giving us a reason that why she is alone, why she doesn't has any kind of friend. So she is giving the reason that why I am completely alone in this world, because no one will believe that how a 13-year-old girl can be alone. So she is giving us some reason. Let's see. And I am not. She is alone in the world, but she is not. That means she has so many people around her, but she is not well acquainted with them. She is not comfortable with them to share each and everything. Okay, she has a loving parent. She has a 16-year-old sister. So her sister is bit elder than her, and she is very loving, of course. And they are about 30. There are about 30 people I can call friends. So 30 people are there to whom she can call friend. But still she is alone, and I have a family, I have aunts, I have a good home. So she everything she has it, but still she feel alone because she is not comfortable with that. And on the surface I seem to have everything. On the surface that we can say that no, she has a loving family and all the things, but it is on the surface only, on the surface level only, because she hasn't a true friend. And what she thinks that a friend, that means having a good time, that is what a friends to her, right? But the real friend is something else. She has a good time with her friends, but they are on the superficial. She cannot share her sorrows, she cannot share her depressions, her missings, everyday life routines, everything. She can only express a good or happy things or happening things that happens in her life, not the darker side of her life. So that is the reason that she doesn't has any true friend, and she feel lonely. She could not express those things towards her parents, towards her families or aunts, or even her 16 years old sister, right? I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. So she don't have any kind of other things. She just have a very ordinary everyday things. Since she is not a writer, she don't have that much things to talk about. So she has very casual, ordinary, everyday things. So we don't seem to be able to get any closure, and that's the problem. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other. In my case, that's just how things are, and unfortunately, they are not liable to change. This is why I have ever started the diary. Okay, so what she is talking about, that she could not bring herself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. So she has many things to talk about, but she could only tells her friend or family just ordinary daily stuff. Okay, whatever her deeper thoughts, whatever her inner thoughts, she could not express them easily because she didn't confide with them. Confide, that means to tell personal things privately to a person that one trusts. So she could not trust each and everyone. She could not trust even her friends, family, parents, and she has so many things to tell. And it is the thing that many a times that it may happen with us even, that we want to share so many things but we could not, because we don't find that if I told him or her, what would be her reactions. They might be judge us. So due to this judgmentalism of the people, we don't share everything to the people, not even to our true friends. Very few people are there who can share each and everything, and I must say they are living in heaven. They are blessed completely. But here she is the very normal, ordinary girl, and she could not share each and everything to everyone. She could not share her deeper thoughts and her feelings completely. Only she could do is that she could share only these ordinary things that happens in her life. But now why it is like that? Because she is a bit introvert. It may happen that she is a bit introvert because she thinks that it is her fault and we don't confide in each other, so she doesn't have that much trust on the other people. She could not trust other people easily, and it is maybe her fault. It is not like that her parents or friends are bit not they are a bit rude, they are not good enough for her. They might be good, they are good, but she could not confide in them, and that's the reason that she need a real true friend. And she is giving this reason to herself that I need a good friend, and this paper, this notebook, this diary could be my friend. And she is now wants that, she is proving herself that this diary could become my true friend. So in any case, that's just how things are. Unfortunately, they are not liable to change. So she could not change herself, and some things are that she could not change. And this is why I have started the diary. She could not change either that family or friends. She could not change herself even. So that is the reason, that is the unfortunate reason that she started to write this diary. So up till now we have seen that why she should write a diary. To enhance the image of the long awaited friend in my imagination, I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary the way most people would do. But I want the diary to be my friend, and I am going to call this friend Kitty. Since no one would understand a word of my story to Kitty, if I were to plunge right in, I'd better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. Okay, now let's see what is written here. So to enhance that means intensify, increase, or further improve the quality or value or extent of. So to enhance the image of this long awaited friend, to intensify the image of the long awaited friend, she wants a real true friend, right? And this friend could become a diary in her imagination. So she is in her imagination, she is giving the qualities of a true friend to this little diary. And she doesn't want to jot down the facts in this diary the way most people would do, but I want the diary to be my friend, and I'm going to call this friend Kitty. So generally, when the people start writing diary, they just started writing diary and they test each and every stuff, and it could be any stupid stuff or any kind of thing. And she doesn't want that kind of thing, just to sake of get relief of their inner thoughts, relief of get rid of that rid of that things that are there on their chest, which makes their chest heavier, right, their hearts heavier. And to relieve all the things, they start writing diary or piece of paper or any kind of thing. So she doesn't want that kind of thing. She wants a true friend which is there in her imaginations, and that is the reason she call her diary her true friend, to be my friend. And she is going to call this friend Kitty. So she wanted to become the diary to become her friend, and so she called this diary, she gave the name that is Kitty. And so, since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, if I were to plunge right in, I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. So, here what she says that since no one is going to read it, so no one is going to understand what is she has written there, to her stories to the kitties. That is what she wants to write, right? And no one is interested, then no one would understand it. So she just jumped. And the condition is that why no one would understand these things, because she has to give the introduction her first, who the girl she is, that she has written um, the things to the diary. So that is the reason that she feels that I should give some brief sketch of my life, and which she don't like at all, but she has to give her introduction, because if someone will read this diary, then they would not understand what is she has written, what is this things that is written on this diary. So that's the reason that she have to give her brief sketch of her life. She have to give her introduction. So usually when someone is writing in a diary, these are the her thoughts of Anne Frank, right? So usually when someone is writing a diary, they list down all the facts about them in the formal manner which the author does not want to do. This is because she wanted to give her need for a friend a shape, and thus decides to name the diary as Kitty. Hoping that someone would read her diary one day, she thinks that writing without giving details about the background story would be ineffective. So, despite not wanting to do so, she gives brief details about her life. So now the same thing is enhancing here, that why she has given the introduction, why she should giving the introduction of her life. She has even provided the reason. These are the small kids thoughts, so maybe it may find that you won't find that much interesting, but let's see what she has to read it, what she has to say. So generally what happened, that when someone is writing in a diary, they list down all the facts about them in a formal manner. Formal manner, that means it's like the biodata or resume or the CV. So they used to list down all the things, that I like this, I am this, I belong to that. So she doesn't want to do so. So this is because she wanted to give her need for a friend a shape, and thus decide to name the diary as name the diary as Kitty, but she doesn't want this formal method. She want to become a friend with the diary, and she wants to give a shape of a friend to this diary, and that is the reason that she introduce herself in a very informal way. Okay, not in a formal manner, and that's the reason she even gave the name to the diary, that is Kitty. Very cute girly name, right? Hoping that someone would read her diary one day, she thinks that writing without giving details about the background story would be ineffective. And another reason that if I started writing diary without giving my background story, without giving my introduction, it would be background story, that means why I have started writing diary, what happened to me, why I go for a diary, who am I. So this kind of background story she has given right away, that is what we are reading right now, right? It is the background story of this Anne Frank, why she start writing. It is her informal way to introduce herself, and she finds it necessary, this background story, because if someone will read this diary and there would be no formal introduction or even this story, then it would be very ineffective. No one will it will become boring, right? So that's the reason. So despite not wanting to do so, she doesn't want to do so, she gives brief details about her life in this diary. So now these are the her introduction, background story, we did it. Now this is the introduction that she talk about herself to this Kitty. So my father, the most adorable father I've ever seen, didn't marry my mother until he was 36 and she was 25. Look at the way she introduced her father and the marriage that took place between these two, his father and the mother, in a very funny manner. So he was quite adorable father. She admired him a lot, and the father married the mother until he was 36 and the mother was 25. So the father was 36 and the mother was 25, and they both get married at the age of these things. So huge age difference is there. The father was 36 and the mother was 25, almost 11 years. Anyways, my sister Margot was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. So the sister was born in Frankfurt and she was born in Germany in 1926, and I was born on 12 June 1929, and I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. So they the whole family lived there until Anne Frank became 4. And my father immigrated to Holland in 1933. Immigrated, that means leave one's own country in order to settle permanently in another. So they transferred, they lived permanent in Holland after that in 1933. My mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margot and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother. So the mother, that is Edith Hollander Frank, she went with him, that means the father. So both the couple went to the Holland in September, and the kids, that is Margot and this little Annie, they were sent to Aachen to stay with their grandmother. And Margot went to Holland in December. So after some times Margot went to this Holland, that the month is given, that is in December. So in September the father and mother immigrated there. Then this sister went there, and then Anne also followed in February. So when I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margot, so it was then, even when the Margot birthday was there, So she was like the present. Plunk down, that means to put down. So she was just put down on that birthday table, on that table as a birthday gift to this Margot. So Margot got birthday gift as Anne Frank. Of course not. She was of course uh, uh, not born at that time, but she was even immigrated there at the and she was present. She was presented as a gift to that Margot. So I started right away at the Montessori nursery school. So after she went there, she was 4, right? And she started Montessori nursery school, and I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. So she stayed in that Montessori nursery school until she became 6, and at that time she started in the first form. So in the sixth form, my teacher was Mrs. These classes are given, they are in the forms. So in the sixth, when she was in the sixth class, my teacher was Mrs. Coopers, and the headmistress. She was the headmistress, and at the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell. So both were in tears. So when she was becomes so she stayed in this Montessori nursery school, and the teacher was that headmistress was there, that is Mrs. Cooper. So when she was the sixth forms, that means when she was at the age of 6, so at that time the teacher was Mrs. Cooper and she was the headmistress, and both were very sad because they have to depart. So the teacher and the students relationship was quite sensitive. They were quite close to each other, the teacher and this student, Mrs. Coopers. I don't know, Mrs. Cuperus and this Anne Frank, right? So they both were in tears as they have to say farewell. It was a very heartbreaking farewell to them. Anyways, in the summer of 1941, grandma fell ill and had to have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration. Okay, so she even tell us that due to the illness of the grandma, she could not celebrate her birthday in a grand style. It was a very little celebration. That is, the year is given, that is summer of 1941. So grandma died in January in 1942. So the next year grandma died in January 1942, and no one knows, sorry, no one knows how often I think of her and still love her. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for other, and grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. The 4 of us are still doing well, and that brings me to the present date of 20 June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my diary. So now she dedicated this diary to her grandmother, to whom she loved a lot, and she died in this January 1942. And look at the way she has written. It is like that she is writing a piece of novel. So ever since, I hope you have read any kind of book apart from your textbook, right? So it could be take it as a, it could be anything like a novel, a poem, collections of poems, so short stories. So generally the writers dedicate it to someone. They give the brief forward or introductions to their work of art, how they came up with that idea or that kind of thing. So the Anne Frank tried to do the same thing. She has written in the same manner also. So now she is dedicating this thing, this a piece of her writing to her grandma, to whom she loved a lot. And the birthday celebration, and she loved a lot and no one knows that she loves her a lot. Anyways, this birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other. So this, even the little celebration that happened on this little girl's birthday, that was to make up for the other. So everyone was mourning behind the loss of the grandma, right? And this celebration of this birthday was to make up for them, to console them, to overcome with their grief or mourn, right? So that is the reason that they celebrated the birthday. And at that time, the candle was lit along with the rest. So all the things were that, but the grandma's candle was also lit. They all uh, memorize, they all recall the memories of this of the grandma. And the four of us, so four people are their father, mother and two daughters, so they are still doing well. And the date brings me and this brings me the present date, 20 June 1942. So now it is the time period is given, that is 20 June 1942. So it was the day when she is writing this background story, her background story, the introduction part and all the things, and she started writing this diary. The date is there, that is 20 June 1942. And the sole dedication of my diary, that is commitment to the diary, that is the grandma. Okay, solemn, that means characterized by deep